चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्ति। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च मां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशपाल नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदाय कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरक्षे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका श्री राधा कांत तप्त कांचन गौरांग श्री राधे वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैः पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Today we are going to dive into the overview of the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Ninth chapter began with the glories of the importance of hearing Krishna Katha, and then it went into the inconceivable nature of the love. Further, it went into the worship of the demigods and the non-worshippers. How do they? And and finally, we ended last week with the glories of directly worshipping Krishna or Bhakti. So let us take that up. Yes. The most confidential knowledge. So Lord Krishna is answering Arjuna's questions, takes 1 to 4. 5 to 9, hearing about remembering Krishna. Oh, this is chapter 8, review. This is chapter 8. Remembering Krishna, Yoga Mishra Bhakti. It comes in chapter 8, 14 to 16. We're talking pure devotional service. 17 to 28 compares mental and spiritual growth. The supremacy of devotion. 23 to 28. That is the last section. Now, in chapter 9, hearing about Krishna, qualifications and disqualifications. That's what the first 3 verses are talking about. Krishna's inconceivable relationship with the material world. Achintya Bheda Bheda. That we understand in text 4 to 10. After that, understanding various kinds of worshippers and non-worshippers are discussed 11 to 15. And then 16 to 25, we're discussing about Krishna as the supreme object of all worship. And then finally, Text 26 to 34. The glories of directly worshipping the Supreme Lord. So beginning with text 1 to 3, hearing about qualifications and disqualifications, both are mentioned. Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyami ansuya jnana vigyana sahitam yagnatva mokshasya shubhat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of all the miseries of the material existence. Anasuya. The word Siddham Jnanam refers to pure devotion or service, which consists of 9 different activities. Shavanam, Kirtanam, hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping, praying, obeying, maintaining friendship, and surrendering everything. Now, by the practice of these 9 elements of devotion or service, one is elevated to spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Now, the Sanskrit word anasuya used in this verse very significant. Generally, the commentators, even if they are highly scholarly, are all envious of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the most erudite scholars, right, on Bhagavad Gita, very keen and because they are envious of Krishna, their commentaries are useless. The commentaries given by devotees of the Lord are for a time. The biggest and the only disease of the existence of this mental world is envy to Krishna. Therefore, it behooves an intelligent sadhaka to realize this envy. Everything, whatever we do in this world, is actually a manifestation of envy to the Supreme Lord. Like you see, a living entity is very much focused and obsessed about, say, for example, having one's own world, one's own family. That is also an expression of envy. And that is why Acharyas are explaining. Krishna sansara kari chhadiya na cha. Don't make your own sansar. Join Krishna's sansar. So that is, so we see actually anything and everything what we do in this world is actually a manifestation of envy for the Supreme. So the more we cooperate, the more we hear, the more we are obedient, the more we are malleable, uh, the more this envy will be purified. So we see all the cherished drives of the divinity are basically various manifestations of envy to the Supreme Lord. Now this has to be recognized. We need to understand that. As long as this envy prevails, the mercy of the Lord is not going to come. The revelation of the Lord will not be there. So the Lord is saying that as soon as there is no envy, and one without an envious heart, one is approaching things that are place, such a person is benedicted profusely. Lord is saying, I can give such revelations by which all miseries will be vanished. No misery. So we have to understand the misery in this material world is because of the artificiality owing to an attempt to manifest our envy. So whatever empire one manifests, big or small, it is hollow. Krishna is not there, and therefore it leads to misery. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains the majestic aspect of the Lord as the object of worship, suitable for his servants, and the excellence of that pure devotee are described clearly in the ninth chapter. Majestic aspect of the Lord, the excellence of the pure. Bhakti is superior to karma, yoga, jnana, and other processes. As described in the seventh chapter, such bhakti is either pradhane bhutva or kevala. Among the types of bhakti, the supreme position of kevala bhakti, which is extremely powerful, not dependent on the purity of heart and other elements like jnana, has been clearly shown. The ninth chapter begins to speak about the powers of the Lord required as knowledge. In order to perform that pure bhakti, kevala bhakti, the Gita is the essence of all scriptures. The essence of Gita is the middle six chapters. The middle of those six chapters is ninth and tenth chapters, the further essence of the six chapters. In three verses, the Lord praises what he will be describing in the chapter. The Gyan, which gives liberation, described in the second, third, and other chapters, is Tuya. Secrets the knowledge which are revealed in the seventh and eighth chapters is suitable for attainment of peace. The method of knowledge, bhakti, by which Bhagavan is known, is Puriyatara. So the knowledge of body, soul will give liberation, basically. That is Guhya. But seventh and eighth chapter, which is the method of bhakti, is Puriyatara, more secret. Then the Lord explained that in this chapter, I shall speak to your knowledge about Kevala, Shuddha Bhakti, which is far Guhyatama. So Jnana is defined as that by which something is known. So Bhakti is called Jnana since by Bhakti, Bhagavan is known. By the word Jnana, knowledge, one should understand that it means only Bhakti, not the well-known Jnana mentioned in the first six chapters. So by using the adjective Avyaya, indestructible, it must be understood that this knowledge is beyond the gunas. It is Bhakti which is beyond the gunas, not the Jnana mentioned earlier, which is in Sapaguna. In verse 3, the word Dharma means only Bhakti as well. I will teach you this most secret Bhakti to you, to one who is not hostile or selfish. This indicates that there is a rule that Bhakti should only be taught to one who is not selfish or inimical. I'll teach you this Bhakti Jnana, culminating in direct realization of me, that is Vijnana Sahitam, by which you will be freed from rebirth or freed from all the obstacles to bhakti, and is called as Ashubha. So we are hearing bhakti is a jnana, because jnana means by which something is known, and by bhakti Bhagavan. That's what we explain here. The other point which Lakshmana Chakravarti Thakur is explaining is that Shuddha Bhakti or Kevala Bhakti is the topmost, and therefore the revelation of Kevala Bhakti is the topmost revelation of the Supreme Lord. So it is called as Guhyatamam. Therefore, it's called as Guhyatamam. That which can take one closer to the Lord is a great secret, very intimate. Actually, in this material world, it is very difficult to reach out to Krishna because the proclivity of the living entity is to be attached to external sense objects. So now, and in that wilderness forest of external sense objects, Krishna consciousness of Krishna is way not visible at all, completely invisible. That's the point. Now we hear so many things, but we will see that unless we are able to see a practical example, a practical live example of that principle in action, it is difficult for us to take it up. Everything is possible, but unless there is a practical live example of that idea and that concept, it is very difficult to take it up. Like, for example, say for example, when I was in Pune, so the entire concept of family life was that you have to have sufficient bank balance. You have to have, you need to purchase a flat before marriage. Then only marriage bureau will process the application. And that was the kind of idea, the culture, the fashion, or the basic norms which were prevalent around. And you need to have very steady job. Uh, 8 o'clock to 8 to 8, like that. That was the idea. So, in one sense, it was very fear striking to see that. It was very fear striking to see that. So, so the only idea I was able to understand is that okay, then if that be the case, then only one joins temple, then only it is possible to practice bhakti properly. Where so many effort dilutions hurdles are there, practically the speed of motion will be no motion like that. But when I went to Melbourne, I could see examples of very dedicated study devotees very closely. So sometimes in the West you get very close association because there are less devotees like that. So Sankarshan Das Adhikari ko very closely. I can understand how his life has been so dedicated as a Grihastha. He worked only for 5 years in software. After that, he left. His Holiness Kadam Kanan Maharaj. He was a Grihastha. So, His Holiness Kadam Kanan Maharaj was a Grihastha. For 20 years, he was in Grihastha. Maharaj himself told us. For 20 years, Maharaj was in Grihastha. And he was serving Vrindavan as a temple president there. And His Grace Bhurijan Prabhu, he was the temple president of Melbourne Islam. His Grace Aniruddha Prabhu and his good wife. Since 40 years that Prabhu is leading the ISKCON Melbourne as temple. Yeah, it was 37 years, I believe it was 40 years, 36, 37. So, so unless we see a live example, it's not possible to understand. One will be just caught up like that. So therefore, now seeing a live example is basically Krishna's mercy and Krishna's revelation that Krishna is arranging us to come close to something like that. So unless that what is called as fervor, what is called as meditation or spiritual master, theoretically it cannot be understood. We have to see live examples. We need to go close. How we can go close? Only if we do service, then only we'll be able to do close. If you just want to take an autograph or selfie, we'll not be able to go so close. Service, only through service one will be able to go close. That is the point. So therefore, we see that this revelation, Lord is saying, this revelation of Kevala Bhakti, see, why the Raja Bhakti? Uh, that is the reason. See, this is the very reason behind this revelation. So Prabhupada is saying, one of the lectures that Jnana, this knowledge is most confidential knowledge. It is not sentiment. Vijnana says that is science, just like in scientific knowledge. You must know theoretically and practically. Not only that, you simply know that so much oxygen, so much hydrogen produces water by mixing. That is theoretical. You have to make water by mixing the two chemicals. That is practical. Jnana means theoretical knowledge. Vijnana means practical knowledge. So we have to do it practically. Not that I have read Bhagavad Gita, so I have become a devotee. No. You should practically demonstrate in your life that you are actually a devotee. This is called as Vijnana. Like you see, unless we go close to proper disciples, we can really not know about the proper so much. Very difficult. So it's the process is that of revelation. That's for the bhakti king of all knowledge. And the more we are available for it, the more the revelation is. The more we are formal or official, the less we will understand. Choices. Oh, so we are understanding that where transcendental knowledge begins from the point of view of knowing the difference between the body and the soul. There we are understanding that this beginning of transcendental knowledge culminates in devotional service. And then it is explained that this practice of devotional service is so powerful that all these sinful karma beings are burned in due course, not instantly, but gradually. Yeah. So it's in hearing, one is purified. Today we learned in the Bhagavatam 8th canto today that one engages in broadcasting, one is purified fasting. That is the idea. Devotional service, Vedanta Sutra it is said, Prakashasya Karmani. Let's see. Prakashasya Karmani Abhyasa. He says devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. Practical example of this can be seen in the previous life of Narad Muni. What happened is he is the son of the maid servant. So the word dharmya means the path of religion. The highest goal of all religion is devotional service, as stated in Savai Pumsa Varun. The process of devotional service is a happy one. Why devotional service consists of Shavaram Kirtana. So one can simply hear the chanting of the glories of the Lord and attend philosophical lectures and transcendental knowledge given by the authorized acharya. Simply by sitting, one can learn. Then one can eat the remnants of food of the Lord. Eat the nice palatable dishes. In every state, devotional service is joyful. Pratyaksha avagamam. Pratyaksha means directly avagamam dharmya. If you are hungry and you are given very nice, nutritious, palatable food, you haven't got to take any certificate from others. You will understand yourself. Yes, I'm now feeling strength, I'm now feeling energy. This is called Pratyaksha avagamam dharmya. Similarly, if you take to Krishna consciousness, that is the process, then you will feel automatically how you are satisfied. Okay, so here is an exercise. He says, okay, which of the 9 processes of devotional service enlivens you the most? And the next thing he's saying is, how can we understand your being advanced in the spiritual life? So we can hear a few devotees' feelings here. We can discuss the whole proportion of partner discussion. Yeah. So, which of the 9 processes of devotional service enlivens the most? Yes. Few devotees would like to share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Uh, Hare Krishna.
Yes, any year. Stand up behind him. There is no provision that you can set that million. No. Shadow is only one direction. Maybe the laptop. Okay, so yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, for me, like hearing is the most like enlivening spiritual activity. From that, I get lots of nourishment, specifically hearing from my Guru Maharaj lectures. So, like,
You said hearing, and what else you said?
hearing is the most enlivening thing for me, specifically hearing from my Guru
Ah,
Maharaj lectures and uh, proper
yes.
discourses.
Yeah. Sure, Sadhu. Okay, and you would like to answer this? How do we understand we are making advancement in spiritual life?
I think like it uh, when we are starting getting more inclination toward chanting the holy name and doing menial services uh, and becoming more like humble. I think from that we can understand we are actually making advancement.
Yes. Yes. Yes, taste for when we become more humble, we want to do more menial services. We are not running away from doing seva. That's what that means. What is this answer? Yeah. Uh, so that means we are advancing. Yeah. Okay, so devotees are talking about hearing. Yes, some more thoughts. Yes. Shita? Huh? Distaste for material sense gratification. Sense gratification. Distaste. Yes. And she was saying something. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Confusion goes away. Yes. Actually, was saying confusion goes away. Yes. Ravi was saying something.
Yes, so we can practically feel that our anarthas are decreasing and material hankerings are going away. What previously used to have material hankerings and essential
Yes.
hankerings.
Mental health is going away, and one is feeling attraction towards Krishna. Initially, the idea of surrender may actually agitate or disturb a person. Hey, I'm being asked to surrender. Oh, not like that one. If somebody talks about surrender, one may feel offended. Oh, you're asking me to surrender, you know, what do you think? So it's like, so one may feel really angry and agitated, and one may feel really offended. Oh, you are asking me to surrender and leave everything, serve Krishna just to, service. That will be very this thing. Slowly, we may start understanding, oh, this is also a possibility. There can be life in there also. There can be joy in there. No? Then one will start feeling, oh, spiritually, oh, this is the only way. No? And I'll be hankering for it. When will the day come when I'll be relieved? Sanatan Goswami is hankering when he will be released from the clutches of Nav Visansha, no? And he can go and join Lord Chaitanya. Oh, he was the home minister, but he is dreaming when he'll go out. People are dreaming to get job in IIT. No? And Sanatan Goswami is thinking, and he's dreaming when he will leave that job. No? So he's dreaming, okay, when he'll leave the job and join the service of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it starts becoming In that sense, we can understand that in this way, if you see progressively, see what is happening is, if you are able to see, if you are able to understand this point is that you see progressively the spiritual world is being revealed to us more and more, and we are able to see, oh, I can enter. Oh, it is so good. Initially, it's like a cloud, and one is wondering, what will happen if I go there? So it starts being revealed more and more. One is excited to take step towards it. So there is no heaviness, step towards one, excited to take step towards it. This is Krishna's mercy. And this is the meaning of realization. Therefore, you see, he says, yes. So advancement means one will not forget one's duty. Yeah. So, uh, uh, yeah. So, yeah, advancement means one will not forget one's duty. One will, Raishambhu used to say that you get that taste, one will jump up from the bed at 3 o'clock. Say, oh, Krishna will get up, let me run, towards like that. Even if one has slept at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, doesn't matter, Even if one has not slept, doesn't matter, What matters is, Krishna. Yeah, as a point. But one should not plan to not sleep. Plan. Anytime devotees plan to not sleep, they are feeling that there is no sufficient masala in their life if they sleep at 9 o'clock. It feels that life will get a kick only if they sleep at 12 o'clock. So definitely, because one will get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and whole day one will be dragging the 16 hours. That is the sleep one get. Like that. So one should not plan to. Uh, See, death is not a problem. Suicide is a problem. That's the whole point. So, yeah. 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 So let's go further. Okay, so we have divided into groups, and what are the obstacles to faith? Oh, this is another exercise. It seems to be same now. What are the obstacles to faith? Oh, discuss our own strength and weakness. Oh, and of what we are convinced and where are we still hesitant. Uh, yes, yes. Every day, now devotee will uh, calculate what they have done for Krishna. Yeah, yeah. Vishwadeep Prabhu is writing, realization comes once we see devotees consistently deliver these services, even in adverse situations. Yes, that is the point. So, so now this is talking about faith. Why? Because the verse 3 is talking about faith. Those who are not faithful, they cannot attain me. So therefore they return to the path of birth and death. So therefore a sadhaka should be very focused to mine out and fish out one obstacle towards faith. Yeah. I'm using the word fish out because this obstacle to faith will not easily come in the net. Huh? So we have to really fish it out. Huh? By really fish it out. Yes. Yeah, when we do asserts and make ourselves open and available to sense gratification or sense gratifiers, then there is fire in the heart. There is fire in the heart. Advaran Gaurav is telling, hearing outside is fun. Oh, hearing outside is fun. Anything, however spiritual it is, advanced it is, even a small obstacle. Yes. Uh, uh, yeah, we keep hearing. So hearing outside is fun. So very, it dilutes us. Basically. It dilutes. So this goes to show that many of these obstacles, as devotees are sharing, are dependent on food, what we feed into ourselves. So this goes to show that faith is not a abstract concept. Faith is pretty much a reality. It's based on what we feed. Therefore, take heed in what you feed. Hmm? And you will be then you will be able to live. So faith is very much about food. So that is why it is said now that to develop faith, we need to connect to devotees who have that faith and conviction. And by serving them, a lot of clarity comes in life. A lot of clarity. Okay, let's go further then. Now, 4 to 10 is a beautiful section of Krishna's Achintya Bhed Abhed Tattva, the relationship with the material world. Chain 4 5, it is expressed to this Yoga Maishwara. Yoga Maishwara. Inconceivable potency of the Lord. What is that? The creation rests on Krishna, but he is aloof. Just like the king in the departments. 5 to 10, it is described. Everything is on Krishna's order, but has independence. He has independence. Krishna is responsible for everything, but he's neutral. He's like a high court judge. Krishna's glance activates matter, injects the jiva, but he's aloof. So, yeah, so we can smell a flower, but there's still no touch. Like that, Krishna uh, is aloof. Like the flower is aloof, we're not touching, but we can smell it. And that Krishna is aloof, but he activates everything. Now let's take it forward. Yoga Meshwara. Yes. Yes, Sangi Sangam leads to Tamadwaram, and that is how the faith gets shaken up. Right? Yes. Sometimes we take the materialistic people too seriously, or sometimes while roaming around among the materialistic people, one starts feeling some attraction. Oh, wow, nice, you know, and that's how a lot of contamination comes in our heart. So we have to understand that for a healthy state is what compassion for materialistic people and appreciation for Vaishnavas. You know? Sometimes we have the reverse. We have appreciation for materialistic people. Oh, what a nice, this fellow is having so much big industry and so much money. And he's a donor also. He's donating, well-wisher also. Very nice. And we have compassion for devotees. Oh, poor fellow, they're struggling so hard. Not getting anything. Oh, like that. So that's very bad. That's a full disease consciousness. I say, oh, this poor fellow, he's shedding his blood, certain oil, no recoil, he's at the same place still, he's still sitting in KGP 2 decades past, We have reached the East Coast, West Coast, everything is spread on this fellow still getting poor soul. Like this. So, so this is all, yeah, because all this, so it's like I remember one alumni get together, Aisham was telling. So I'm still taking Sankalpa Gyans for the Gyans. So he's not progressing further. He's still taking Sankalpa Spurti. So like that. So when we started developing appreciation for the people, uh, uh, so it must start, no, and that is wrong feed. Wrong feed. Actually, our heart and mind should be absorbed thoughts of dedicated disciples of Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas. And there should not be any space for any company manager, CEO, or dot 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 philanthropist, or dot 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 influencer, or dot 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 somebody. That's the point. Yes. Yes. Actually, we hear from Prabhupada disciples, each one of them says that for them, Srila Prabhupada was everything. They never bothered to think of anything other than Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was their life. Yeah, that is a Prabhupada still there, right? And that is why it's constantly. So, 9.6. Though the living entities are in me, who remain detached and independent, they are not in me. And though I am in them, I am not in them. An example is given in this verse to illustrate. The wind always remains situated in ether, which has the nature of being detached. The wind has the nature of being restless, going everywhere, and is great in size. Because of the detachment of the ether, the wind is situated in it, but not situated in it. Though in the wind, so ether, though in the wind, is not in the wind because of detachment. Similarly, all things such as ether, which are great in dimension and are moving. Okay, similarly, all things such as ether, which are great in dimension and are moving everywhere, are situated in me, but not situated in me. Since I also have the nature to consider and accept this fact. Uh, okay. The Lord is saying, I am detached and independent. And therefore, the living entities, living beings are in me, but they are not in me. I am in them, but I am not in them. Very interesting. The wind is situated in the ether. The ether is remains detached. So the wind is situated in the ether, but not situated. Now it's like this. When we are situated in something, our motion gets bound by the dimensionality of the container. Like you're situated in the building, that means you'll be only seen within the building, not be seen outside the building. We get restricted. So, but this logic does not apply. But the wind is in ether, but the wind can move anywhere. Wind is not restricted. This is the meaning of detached. Similarly, we are in the Lord, we are in the creation of the Lord, but Krishna has given us freedom to move around. We are not bound. How do we get bound? We get bound by our own sinful activities. Krishna is not binding us. Similarly, Krishna is in us. But if somebody is in us, that means somebody has full controls over us. That means we are slaves. No. Slaves in us to facilitate, not to control. So therefore, it gives us the freedom to act. Interesting, no? That's it. So here it is explained that yes, yes, lust is binding us and love is freeing us. So sense gratification binds. And yes. So real freedom comes from surrender. That's the point. So here it is said that within the wind also ether is there, but that does not restrict again, or that does not control or manipulate the wind. The wind is free to. Similarly, the Lord has given us freedom to. But if we utilize this freedom and move towards Krishna, that becomes the perfection of our lives. But you said that your powers are inconceivable. Pashyame yoga aishwaram. How can then those powers remain inconceivable if they are just like common ether and wind? That is explained as follows. Ether is detachment because it is unconscious. By its very nature, ether is unconscious, so therefore ether is detached. But I'm showing, however, detachment does not exist anywhere. Like if you're sitting and working, some two devotees are talking, and the talking is going to say controversial, very exciting. We will somehow the other jump in. Very difficult to be detached. Only the Lord can be detached, even though He is at once contains everything and dwells in everything. So Lord is containing everything, the Lord dwells in everything. So you see, Bhitar Bahir. I Narsimha Aridai Narsimha. So He is within everything, and everything is contained within the Lord. Lord. Krishna, Krishna. This fact establishes the inconceivability of the Lord. So comparing the ether to the Lord is given understanding of the topic. So this is inconceivable. The Lord can be within everything and containing everything and be detached from it. That's inconceivable. We cannot understand that because we don't have any experience of something like this. I understand that all these things which can presently be seen are situated in you, but the time of destruction, where they will go. 9-7 is answering. At the end of millennium, by nature, beginning of another millennium, by my NCI create them. So all these things will merge into my nature called Prakriti, composed of the three gunas. At the end of the period of production, at the time of creation, I will again create everything in detail. Yeah, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. This material nature, which is one of my energies, working under my direction of Son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. I cannot accept that you are indifferent in your acts, such as creation. Now, the Lord is saying, by my direction as the efficient cause, nimitta, Prakriti gives rise to this universe of moving and non moving entities. Suyate. I am only the director. It's like the duties of the kingdom going on under the kings, like Amarish, through their ministers. In that situation, the king remains aloof. But just as nothing can be done by the ministers without the king sitting on the throne, so unconscious matter can do nothing without my dictatorship in the form of my presence and authority. By this cause, Hetuna, by my presence, this world is repeatedly created. The efficient cause nimitta is distinguished from material cause, that is prakriti. Yeah. Let's move further. So here is the preaching ability. What he's saying, I know Mayavadi who practices japa, offers arti to the deities, and so on. He believes that he will eventually become one with God. Surely this is okay. I mean, he does perform devotional service. I said, now what is to be done? Acha, argue further, argue further. You're supposed to argue. Another candidate, Prabhu is saying that I really don't know how God can have a moment be a person. Not if he is all pervading. I mean, if you have a block of butter and spread it everywhere on your toast, then the block of butter no longer exists. So, okay, so what is the debate here? You're supposed to apply these principles. Okay. So I would request devotees to give some comments on this. So,
For the first one, like I think we heard example of if somebody wants to become one with God, it's like we have a like we give an example of Mother Lakshmi and Lord Vishnu. That if somebody wants to become with one with Lord Vishnu, it's like you wanted to enjoy the Mother Lakshmi itself. So even if you are doing devotional service or japa, but still the mentality is to ultimately become one, and it's like enjoying the mother,
it's like enjoying?
enjoying the mother only, like basically becoming one with Vishnu and enjoying Mother Lakshmi. So
Enjoying the yes. One wants
so,
to
so
so
child
child
eternally
eternally.
remains.
That is the point. Child eternally. Yes. So yeah. So this Mayavad is very ghastly. Okay. This Mayavad is very ghastly.
Harish,
Yes.
actually, what we understand as devotional service is anukulashna to favorably serve Krishna. Uh, so there's no point in service. They are just performing the activities to merge in the to become one with the God. There's no because they are not considering the point they are servant of the Krishna. That attitude itself is lacking.
Yeah, the attitude of servant to the servant. One should favorably serve Krishna. Otherwise, there is no point in the external form of service. Yes. 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 Yeah. So in Bhakti, there's Bhagwan and Bhakta should be there. If there's no Bhagwan, I only become Bhagwan. That is Bhakti. So, yes. So in this section, when we see the inconceivable potency of the Lord, the one thing with the Lord is explaining, see, it is Krishna's mercy that Krishna is facilitating and supporting us. It's coming down to our plane for it's out of compassion. Is facilitating us out of compassion. Krishna has given us such a if somebody says that such an imaginary ground where one can have such a unimaginable wild imagination. That is all Krishna's mercy actually, that Krishna is supplying all that. And then through that, in that also Krishna is supplying help that how he can take out the living entity. This is all Krishna's mercy. So Krishna is coming to help us. We are seeing that Krishna is detached from everything. Everything is resting in the material world. Krishna is detached. So Krishna has allowed the material world to move around, spin a bit. Jiva is coming from Krishna, but Krishna is detached. So Krishna is allowing the Jiva to exercise some free will. Krishna is within everyone. Krishna only channelizes and works out everything. So all this is Krishna's facilitation. Therefore, we have to understand that we can never become one with Krishna, because Krishna is coming down to our plane out of his mercy. That is the point. So, sorry, you can understand. So therefore, this Mayavad is a very bogus imagination. Okay, so let's continue. Now 11 to 15. Non-worshippers and worshippers. And 16 to 25 talks about Krishna's supreme object of worship. And 26 to 34 talk about the stories of worshiping Krishna. Yeah. So this we have seen, the glories of the 9th chapter. Second and third chapters talk about Jnana, which is confidential. 7th and 8th chapter more confidential with Bhakti. 9th chapter is Kevala Bhakti, as we heard from Shanaji. So it's most confidential. Yeah, chapter 7 and 9 quite similar. Yeah, so 7.1 to 9.12 talk about hearing. Krishna's relationship with the material world. 9th chapter also we see 4 to 10. 7th chapter also we see 4 to 7. Then Shastra Chakshu. 16 to 19. 16 to 19, we talk about Shastra Chakshu. How we can see Krishna as the supreme object of worship, Shastra Chakshu. So both 7th and 8th, 7th and 9th chapters, 20, 23, 22, 25, they talk about worship. And then see here 11, 12 is talk about impersonalism, non-worshippers. And 7th chapter 24, 25 is talk about impersonalism. There's a lot of similarity here in Krishna's inconceivable relationship, material nature, having the Shastra Chakshu. That's it. That brings us to the end of the discussion. Srila Prabhupada ki
Sure.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, so let's stop here for today. Continue further. The 10th chapter we will start in the next class. Start the 10th chapter in the next class. Yes. And very soon we'll schedule the unit 1 close book exam for all of you. So I think it's summertime. So we can speed up and give exam, and because this unit 3 actually, unit 3, right? Because out of 6 chapters, 3 chapters are already over. So unit 1, unit 2, closed book tests, and open book sheets are there. So we'll give you deadline dates by which and closed book will give a time, and online everybody can give the exam like that. So fixed time. So let's fix it up. So so unit 1, okay. Okay, so unit 1, let's have closed book exam on what is this? Okay, on 1st of May. 1st of May, closed book exam for unit 1. Okay. What is that? Weekend. Oh, weekend will be good, but I am not good in weekend. Oh, weekend will be good, huh? Okay, weekend. So what you are saying? You have
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, 1st May is the holiday, I think.
That's all.
Yeah, yes, bro. 1st May is a holiday.
1st May is a holiday.
yeah, their time MTV BTP, no? So 1st May is a holiday only. Yeah, 1st May is anyway the holiday. So okay, so then how about this? What is this called as? Okay, Sunday 11th May. Sunday 11th May closed book exam. Nashing to 11th May. 11th May. 11th. So very interesting. So then Saturday 10th May we can have closed book exam. Okay. Saturday 10th May closed book exam and okay, 10th May Saturday closed book exam. 10th May Saturday morning we'll have it. Okay. So we'll have it in Saturday. What is problem? There's some problem on Saturday. Okay, morning 8 o'clock we'll have it. Morning 8 o'clock Saturday 10th May 8 to 9 9:30 will be exam. All devotees should open their cameras so that we can see nobody cheating and then yeah. So like that. We'll restrict the lens will be so like that. And then unit 2 closed book exam. So the closed book exam and the same date is the date for. Okay, so then what we can do? 1 week is the so 10th we are doing exam. 17th is the deadline date for open book answer submissions. Okay, open book answer submissions can be emailed to me. 17th May, and then 25th May Sunday will be closed book exam for unit 2, and 1st June the deadline for open book answer submissions for unit 2. Okay, so for unit 2. Okay, and so closed book exam is very simple. The student handbook which we had given to all devotees. There are questions at the back of it. So you have to read Gita, answer those questions, and from among those questions we'll ask. That is there. And then the second part of the closed book exam is the shloka test. So then one by one, we will that day only. Closed book exam and shloka test can be on the same dates. Okay, huh? Test is written. We will shloka on Zoom one-on-one. I'll one by one devotees will can join. So and then give the test. That is up to me. Something. Yeah. No, the shloka for every verse, for every unit is also given. There are 7, 8 shlokas. It is there in the handbook. Okay? It is there in the so I will tell 9.23 or I may tell the first word of it. So then you have to tell the shloka and the meaning of the shloka in English. Okay. whatever is there in the unit 1 has 810 processes supposed to be. There is a specific list. You have to refer to the handbook. And the open book answers can be done in the what we can do. Open book answers can be done in the and can be counted in the proper book reading. Open book answers can be counted. Even closed book preparation also, because the reading purpose and answers, we can put it in the listing. So this month is May. So before the WW festival starts, let's complete unit 2. And then before the college starts, we will complete unit 3. That is. So because we were so then henceforth what we will do is that as soon as the unit finishes, we will schedule a date for the closed book. Closed book exam is written plus shloka. Shloka is Viva. Okay? Shloka is Viva. Huh? While you are giving exam one by one, I'll call you. Just start speaking. Huh? Closed book exam. That slot only. In that slot only. So closed book exam will give 15 minutes extra or 10 minutes extra. And while exam is happening, I will ask everyone. Cut, 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 cut. So everyone. Huh? Unit 1 is chapters 1 to 3. Here Bhakti Shastri started from 4th chapter. Okay, your batch Bhakti Shastri started from chapter 4. Okay, so then we can have early also. Then why to wait for so long? So then what we can do? Then we can have first May. Okay. Thursday. First May, then let us have it. Unit 1. Yeah. So they're saying 50 years are not there for unit. So we'll have it on 1st May then. 1st May. And then 10th May will be the deadline of submission. 10th May, the deadline. And then let's have, yeah. And then let's have it on 17th, unit 2. And its submission deadline 24th. Like that. So I will type and give you. So let's have it on 1st May only. The closed book and shloka. So unit 1 will complete unit 1. So chapters 1 to 3, unit 2 is chapters 4, 5, and 6. Unit 4 is 6 to 12, and unit 5 is 13 to 18. Bhagavad Gita ki all the best.